All right, good evening, everyone. I wanted to first start by saying my name. My name is Eric Dubois. I'm currently in my second semester here at Western Kentucky. For my final tableau story, I wanted to talk about the coronavirus pandemic and a breakdown of the number of confirmed cases in the United States, but take a little twist on it and really break it down to counties and states and then nationwide. I wanted to stay away from the death toll that this virus has caused. It is a little bit of a touchy subject, and I felt the number of confirmed cases would be something that would be very interesting to talk about and can show a lot of proof about how this virus is spreading. I definitely got this inspiration from my mom and my sister, who are both medical professionals here in the Nashville area and have been fighting the coronavirus. And have told me a bunch of stories about how fast this virus can spread. So although I'm not a medical professional, I do have the tools to be able to kind of take a look at it and actually see how fast this virus is spreading. So during this story, we're going to answer 3 questions. Number 1, is there a correlation between the highest number of positive coronavirus cases and the largest counties in the United States? Number 2, how rapid are the number of confirmed cases in the Midwest rising? I know that's a specific area, but we'll get to that. And number 3, what percent of the total number of coronavirus cases in the United States lies in each state? So what I wanted to do at first was take a look at the different divisions and different regions of the United States. So according to the census, there are actually 9 different divisions of the United States broken out. And then within those 9, there are 4 regions, so more commonly known as the Northeast, the South, the Midwest, and then the West. So I wanted to break it out by division and then bring it into a region, and then take those states in the region and take their largest city or largest county, and compare them to each other all across the country, and based off the census information of which counties are the largest counties in the country, take that information and see if actually it's true that the top 10 largest counties in the country, if they have the most positive coronavirus cases or confirmed cases. So the first division I wanted to talk about was the New England division. Starting off here, you have a bar chart that shows the number of confirmed cases from the lowest in the New England division being Vermont, to the highest being Massachusetts at almost 75,000 cases confirmed. So it's a discrepancy between very small states up in the Northeast, but you can just see the drastic amount of change based on population. Vermont doesn't have a huge population compared to Massachusetts. So then we'll take a look at the other division in the Northeast division of the United States, or the Northeast region, and that's the Middle Atlantic division. So this is really ground zero of the coronavirus population. So just like the New England division, I created a bar chart that showed New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania, which are all part of the Middle Atlantic division of the United States, and their total confirmed cases. So compared to New England, you can see that Pennsylvania has 57,000 cases. That's more than Massachusetts has right now. New Jersey has almost 139,000, and then you just see New York at 346,000 cases. You can just see the massive amount of cases in the Middle Atlantic division. Basically, like I said, where ground zero hit for the coronavirus pandemic in the United States was New York. So naturally, the cases are going to be larger there. After that, I looked at the Northeast division as a whole. So you have Vermont being the lowest out of everyone in the Northeast division at 959 cases. and then New York being at 346,000 cases, like I just said. So you can just see the monumental jump in this bar graph from under 1,000 to almost 350,000. So after that, to answer the first question, I wanted to take a look at the top 5 states in the Northeast Division. So you have New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and then Connecticut. So you have all of this information. These are the top 5 states in the Northeast Division. So what I did was I looked at the census again and looked at the largest counties in each one of those states. So you have Fairfield County is the largest county in Connecticut, Middlesex, which is in the largest county in Massachusetts, Philadelphia, which is Pennsylvania's largest county, Bergen, New Jersey's largest county, and then New York in this data, King County and New York County is all the New York City area, so those are combined. So you can see that New York has a total of 195,000 cases in that county alone. And the next closest one is Bergen County, which is in New Jersey at 17,721. So you can just see that the major discrepancy between even New York and New Jersey, who share a border, just what a difference it is from where ground zero is of the coronavirus pandemic to a neighboring state. After taking a look at the Northeast, I took a look at the South. So the South is broken out into 3 different divisions. You have the South Atlantic, and then you have the East and West Atlantic divisions. So this first one, you can see the total number of confirmed cases. You have Florida. You have Florida, you have Georgia, Maryland, Virginia, all large states with a large amount of cases. So I made a bubble graph just showing the differences. You can see this top one, West Virginia, only has 1,294 confirmed cases compared to this large circle of Florida with 38,910. So we're going to take a look at the East and West divisions of the South Atlantic. So that's going to include your Texas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Kentucky, so our home states. This is where we're going to be. I combined the East and West to show a better representation of this bubble chart. So you see right here that Texas is leading this group with 34,837 confirmed cases. Louisiana at 32,000, and the next closest one is Tennessee at 13,916. Once I did that, I wanted to see what it looked like putting them all together in a bubble chart just to show the discrepancy. You can see all of your large players in this, Florida, Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, Maryland, Virginia. All of these states have large number of confirmed cases. So I took the top 5, which you can see again in this bar graph. Of the top 5 states with the most cases, I took their largest county and looked at their county-wise for confirmed cases. You see Miami-Dade, which is Florida's, has 13,600 cases. Harris County has about 7,000. Montgomery County in Maryland has about 6,000. Fulton County in Georgia has about 4,000, and East Baton Rouge has about 2,000. After that, I went on and I went to the Midwest Division. So this is broken up into both the East North and the West North, which makes up the Midwest. I wanted to switch it up a little bit away from bar graphs and bubble charts to show the combined confirmed amount of cases in this region because I've heard reports in the news that some of these states didn't have a stay-at-home order right away. So they are starting to kind of catch up with the rest of the states or grow faster. So I wanted to use an area chart to actually see the progression of the number of cases. So right here you have the East-North division of the Midwest. You can see Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Although the number of confirmed cases in Michigan is more than Indiana, you see that Indiana has a higher or a faster rising number of cases, only second to Illinois, which does have Chicago, one of a major hub metropolitan city in the country. What is most surprising, though, about this is you take a look at the West North. So this is going to have your Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, and the Dakotas. Relatively smaller or larger states with smaller populations. But these are also some states that didn't have stay-at-home orders put into effect. So they are having adverse effects because of those repercussions, or because of those stay-at-home orders not being put into effect. So you see that Iowa, Kansas, Minnesota all have very high, fastest growing number of cases. So you can just see from, let's just say, April 14th, they had 1,948 cases to May 5th. So about 2.5, 3 weeks, they went from about 2,000 cases to 10,000 cases. So I wanted to look at the Midwest as a whole, about the fastest number of growing cities in the Midwest. Obviously, you're going to have Illinois and Indiana that are very high up there. But what's super surprising is that Iowa and Kansas are third and fourth on this list. Although they don't have the most number of cases in their state, they're the third and fourth highest or fastest growing states for confirmed coronavirus cases in the Midwest alone. Just showing that a stay-at-home order is actually working and detrimental to slowing down this pandemic. To kind of jump back into that, I wanted to kind of the main focus of my project was to take a look at the number of confirmed cases in the largest counties in the country. So I took the most confirmed cases in the Midwest and compared them to each other in a pie chart, and then got the top 5 counties. So you have Cook County, or the top 5 states with their counties, their largest counties. So you have Cook County, which is Chicago in Illinois, Wayne, which is Detroit in Michigan, and then you have Marion, Cuyahoga in Ohio, and then Polk County in Iowa are the top 5 fastest growing cases, or total cases in the Midwest. After that, I took a look at the West region, which is broken out into the Mountain Division. So you can see here, I did a line graph, or a scatter plot, of the states in the Mountain Division. So you have Arizona, Colorado, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming. All here for total number of confirmed cases. As you can see, Nevada, Arizona, and Colorado all have the highest number of cases in the Mountain Division. And then I took the Pacific Division and compared them to each other in a scatter plot as well. And you see that only Washington and California are above the average line in the Pacific Division. However, this data can be a little skewed. As you can see, according to census data, Alaska and Hawaii are considered in the Pacific Division, and they only have 380 and 642 for confirmed cases. Putting those together, though, you can see that California, Colorado, and Washington are the only 3 states in the West that are above average compared to their counterparts in the West for confirmed cases. As you can see, Arizona is at 9,700 cases when the average is 98 9,865 cases is the average. So Arizona is just below. However, it's still one of the top states in the West region for confirmed cases. So they are added in here. You have Los Angeles County in California with 29,000 cases. King County in Washington, 7,000. Maricopa in Arizona at 5,000. Clark County, which is Las Vegas area, at almost 4,700 cases. And then El Paso, which is like Colorado Springs in Colorado, at 1,106 cases. So after getting all of those regions together, I wanted to take a look at the United States as a whole. Where are the most cases? What percent are coming from each area? Where should you kind of stay away from, like the hot zones and everything? So I took a look right here, and you can see that New York has 346,000 cases. 27% of the cases in the United States come from New York. You look at New Jersey, 10.91% of the total number of cases in the country come from New Jersey. Massachusetts, 5.85. And you can use this chart to look at any of them. I believe it's right here. Yep. My home state, Tennessee, has 1.09% of the total cases in the country for confirmed cases at 13,916. So I just wanted to see the differences of where the cases were and kind of the hot zones. Although this view is great to see that and kind of show the magnitude of how many cases are in New York and New Jersey and Illinois, I did want to take a look on a map to actually show me. I know I am in the South region as well as most of everyone here. So Tennessee, you can see obviously right here, sitting kind of in that middle of the heat map. You can see your hot zones. You have New York, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Illinois, Texas, Florida, Georgia, California. You can see this heat map of all the states that are here that are just have a large number of confirmed cases. So I took those 10 or the top 10 most confirmed cases by state. And you have Connecticut, Texas, Florida, Michigan, Pennsylvania, California, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, and New York. Those make up the top 10. So after that, I took a look at each one of their counties, the largest counties in each one of those states. And this is what I found out. So taking a look at the United States Census as well, Los Angeles in California, Cook County in Illinois, Harris County in Texas, Maricopa in Arizona, Miami-Dade in Florida, New York in New York, King in Washington, Clark in Nevada, Wayne in Michigan, and Philadelphia in Pennsylvania are all the top 10 largest populated counties in the country. And as you can tell from this bar graph, 7 out of the 10 most populated counties in the United States crack the top 10 for most confirmed cases. So although that not every county in the top 10 is in here for the most number of confirmed cases, 7 out of 10 is still an alarming number. So those places where the most people live is usually where the most number of confirmed cases are going to be. You have a few anomalies where they're not in there. You don't see Arizona in here. Connecticut sneaks in. So it's a little alarming to see the total number of large counties in here that crack the top 10 for most confirmed cases. Although they are bigger cities, that is understandable. Stay-at-home orders need to be in effect in these cities to ensure the safety of everyone and stop the spread of the coronavirus. It's an alarming rate, an alarming statistic, but at the end of the day, waiting inside and just staying safe to keep everyone else safe in these large cities is what's going to need to happen. Thank you.